We ready, Chris?
Yes, sir. We are live.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call the meeting of the Board of Public Works and Safety for this day, October 25th, 2023, to order. Will the clerk, Kim, please call and note the presence of a quorum?
Larry Clarino,
Here.
Jim Ake,
Here.
we do have a quorum.
All right, thank you. First, there is one change on the agenda. Action item number 2 is tabled and will be presented at our next Board of Public Works meeting. So that's a change to the agenda. So we'll get into action item number 1, which is approval of the meeting minutes from September 27th, 2023. Do I have a motion to, is there any discussion? I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes from September 27th, 2023.
So moved.
I'll second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. The minutes stand approved. The next item on the agenda for us to consider is action item number 3. The City of Westfield and Hunt Real Estate, 161st and Oak Roundabout Parcel Settlement Agreement. Jonathan?
Yep, so, as we know, we're under construction on 161st and Oak. We, in the right-of-way acquisition process, had to use eminent domain for the southwest corner, this corner cut, that's represented kind of by the line I'm tracing here, from the Hunt family. So those eminent domain proceedings went forward through the Hamilton County Courts. We had, our appraiser made an offer. They countered for much, much higher. Went to the courts. Court-appointed appraisers were selected. They came back with their report. And then there's a mediation process where we try to come to terms prior to a jury trial to settle on the amount of the acquisition. That mediation was successful. I was in the mediation along with Jewel and his associate Kayla, and we were able to come to a compromise agreement with the Hunts for an amount of, shown in the memo, but for an amount of $63,250 for all the acquisition and any resulting crop damage as a part of that acquisition. We feel good about the amount. As you know, it was a negotiation process. It's always nice to be able to come to an agreement and avoid a jury trial, just because there's a lot of unknown liability when it comes to jury trials. You know, they're made up of humans. Humans are emotional. They can come back with some wild numbers if you know, it certainly happened before. It's happened to Carmel fairly recently. So we feel good. We would encourage or ask the board to accept this settlement agreement that was made in mediation for the $63,250. Happy to take any questions from the board regarding this item.
I have none. Larry?
Nope.
I'd entertain a motion to approve action item number 3, City of Westfield and Hunt Real Estate, the parcel settlement agreement, as Jonathan stated.
I will make the motion.
I'll second. All those in favor of approving this action item number 3 signify by saying aye. Aye. The motion carries. And now we go into the consent agenda. And I understand our legal counsel, Jewel, was going to speak to the first item, which is the recommendation from Chief Rush.
Correct, thank you, Mr. Ake. What we have is a situation in which the chief and the administration are asking for the you as the safety board to request a hearing regarding the pensioning of an officer. Information was provided to you regarding this request. The statute requires or allows for either the officer himself or herself or the safety board to make the request. And what this does is it starts a process for consideration as to whether or not there is a covered situation under the 77 fund, and if there is, they will essentially what's called pension off the officer. So I'm happy to answer any questions, but ask that it be somewhat limited based upon the memo that was provided.
Larry, do you have any?
Is there anything else on the consent agenda today?
Just the
Just the bond
list.
Just the bond list.
Just the bond list, okay. Okay, and this does not require a separate vote? We can do this all on the consent agenda?
Yeah, because all this is this is a request to the local pension board that the hearing process be started.
I would make a motion that we approve the consent agenda for today.
I will second that motion. All those in favor of accepting the consent agenda as stated, signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion carries. Then we go into departmental reports. Do we have anything from fire?
The biggest thing I wanted to bring to the group today, the Station 81 project, we have a final inspection scheduled for Friday, which means we can start the process of moving into that next week. So really excited about that. We put our third medic unit in service on October the 15th. The first week it took 30 calls. And today's been a really busy day in the firehouse. They've had 9 runs already this morning, so.
Wow.
Outside of that, business as normal, so to speak, but would be happy to answer any questions if you have.
Yay.
Very good. Well, it's a welcome day, I'm sure.
Yes,
So we've looking forward to that for a number of months here, and it's finally come.
yes.
Congratulations on everything,
Well, thank you.
getting it all together.
And it's 100% done now?
Well,
That's 100% done. There's punch-out list items, crack and some drywall mud, and we need to clean up this area, some things like that, so.
But all the.
Nothing that would limit occupancy though.
The
Yes,
generators there, the switches are there.
Yes, that-
The sewers
all
are
of
there.
all of that stuff is there, yes.
Great,
very good.
excellent.
Thank you, chief. Well done.
Can't wait for a tour.
Next, we have the police. Joel Rush.
Just a few things, just update on some of the new hires. So Brad Robbins and Nick Miller, were onboarded and they're currently going through, so Nick will go to the academy in January, so we're just getting him ready for that. Brad will be a fast FTO, probably 8 to 10 weeks, something like that. He started that already. Adrian Alvarez just completed FTO, so he's out solo car now. And then our next hire is Casey Thibault, and she starts November 6th. So we will have a celebratory swearing in for these 3 new officers in November. Which we just wanted to do at one time, so we waited for all 3 of them to come together. We're both excited, Rob and I, that the 2024 budget was passed on Monday. So within that, there was a set amount of money to be used for salaries for us to place in certain rankings of the department to make us more competitive, make us more attractive to future applicants, and better help us retain the good officers that we have already. So we're very, very, very excited about that being passed, and very blessed for those asks to be granted. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing. We really needed that. Building process, we're moving right along with that. We're still finalizing the design, but we're getting close. The construction team, design team are starting to work together, putting together some cost analysis, so we should be able to bring some of that forward here soon, along with the actual design. So we're excited to share that too. So. On Friday, the city, and we're participating in it, is having a trick or treat in the plaza. That's Friday at 5:30 to 7:30, so. that's it.
Very good. Thank you. Any questions? No. Very good. What do we have from Public Works, John?
Well, we're preparing for the winter season that's right around the corner. I know it doesn't feel that way given that it was almost 80 degrees yesterday, but we are getting prepared for that on the street department side. On the engineering side, 161st and Oak continues construction. I can't recall if I told you guys about the pipeline coordination that we've been doing last month or not, but the Panhandle has completed the replacement of their 500 line, which is the one that kind of runs through the middle of the intersection. And our contractor is able to backfill, compact, and get subgrade treatment, which is like a cement stabilization, mixing in cement with soil to get that good firm foundation underneath the asphalt completed last week. They're gonna be doing curbs and aggregate this week, and then I have an updated schedule on the project. Obviously, I mentioned that there would be a 2 to 3 week delay because of the replacement of the pipeline. So we have pushed back that opening of traffic. The current contractor's schedule is November 29th, open to traffic. Now, they're gonna do everything they can to expedite that as best they can, weather permitting, but just wanted to give you guys an update as the current schedule sits with that is as of Monday afternoon at our progress meeting. So still really happy with our contractor. EMB has done a nice job working with the pipeline company, getting things completed as they're able to around that work. They've done a great job, as well as American Structure Point, who's doing construction inspection for us, has done an excellent job for us. So very happy with that project. We also have a building mover on board for the 102 South Union building move. Look for a goods and services contract to come through the board in November for that. Actually, I have a kickoff meeting with them on November 2nd, so next week, to kind of walk through the building, make sure we've got everything ready to go in a condition that they need to actually move the building due east to the BMO Harris parcel, old BMO Harris site, which will allow underground utilities to relocate. So that's gonna be exciting. I think it's something new for us, and we'll certainly invite you guys out for on the day of for that move if you'd like to come see it.
So we get to help put hard hats on and
Yeah,
hammers.
we'll get you hard hats, we'll get you vests.
Cool.
If you wanna take some training, well, you can even do the hold the paddle if you wanna do some traffic, just some traffic.
Actually, I
Maintenance,
you
but-
have experience doing that.
Perfect.
you know,
We'll put you to work, Larry,
from
for sure.
college, yeah.
We'll put you to work. Yeah, but other than that, that's all I've got. Happy to answer any questions you may have.
Couple of things on 161st, was that pipe thing, the coordination pipe thing, was that part of that, the matter we discussed, I think it was last meeting or the one before that with the, running the line underneath, there was that waiver?
Correct, yeah, the LONO, the letter of no objection.
Yep.
That is, yes, that
So
is
that was
directly related to that work.
Okay,
Yep.
and I heard that there were a couple of gas leaks in that area that delayed things a bit.
The earthwork contractor that was a sub to EMB did hit gas lines on 2 separate occasions. Not the petroleum pipeline.
Oh, okay.
Nothing, two different gas related things. There's the petroleum pipeline, which is Panhandle.
Yep.
That's a separate matter. That's what the LONO was for. Centerpoint, formerly known as Vectren, has gas mains in the area that service houses, right? So if you have gas heat at your house, that gas main services that. They did nick it with an excavator, 2 separate occasions, which we don't like to see it ever happen. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Fire department did a great job responding as well. They got that repaired. But certainly disappointing that they hit those. That shouldn't happen. So,
Are we anticipating getting the top coat of asphalt in this year?
yep, absolutely. So that's inclusive of open to traffic, was inclusive of surface, pavement markings, all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
Not like the 169th and Spring Mill roundabout that we ran out of time on. Now, of course, if we get an early cold spell, I'll update you guys as the weather changes. But we're hopeful for some continued warm weather, good weather, and we'll get it knocked out.
Great.
Yep.
All right, thank you. At this time, that concludes the order of business. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will move to adjourn.
I will second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye, we stand adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks.
15 minutes.